Welcome, everyone, to the Dr. Blue Duck podcast and Gaming Dads Don't Game Every Day. So we're going to talk about that in the moment here. I wanted to say that it's been a good week for me. The Switch 2 is coming out. Now, I don't have mine right now because I'm waiting for Target to ship it. Yes, I pre-ordered my Switch 2, but for whatever reason, Target has not shipped it yet. So I'm waiting and waiting. And it's so frustrating because I did the pre-order, but I haven't received mine yet. But I'm just trying to be patient and wait away here. It's been my birthday week, so it's been a good week, getting a little bit older, but I'll have to say this. I'm at a place in life where I'm not so eager for the future. I'm not dreading the future necessarily, but I'm not eager for the future. I remember coming home from Los Angeles one day, talking to a buddy, and he was just saying, man, I just can't wait for the next 5 years. And he was telling me, man, 5 years from now, life's going to be like this. And 5 years from now, life's going to be like this. And I'm at a point where I'm not so much looking forward to the 5 years from now. I'm just so content with now. Right now. I don't want time just to run away from me. I just want to really enjoy living right now in this moment. And that's one thing I'm trying to do this year of my life. So back to the topic here. Gaming dads don't game every day. So some years ago, I was in Los Angeles at an art show and I was talking to this art writer. He's a art critic for a publication for artists and paintings and other art forms. And he told me, because I'm a writer as well, and he told me, he said, hey, listen here. He goes, you're not a writer unless if you write every day. And I thought about that for a while, and I would actually have to disagree. Because you don't have to do something every single day to identify with being that thing. You don't have to game every single day to be a gamer. And you probably shouldn't be. If you're a gaming dad, there's going to be times where you are not able to game every day. So don't listen to that negativity. Don't let that put you down. Whatever you are, you don't have to do it every day. I'm a high school art teacher and I don't teach high school art every single day. You don't have to game every day to be a gamer, okay? So if you're a gamer who doesn't game every day, it doesn't mean you're not a gamer. It just means you're a gamer with your priorities in line. And that's important because us dads, and this podcast is geared towards gaming dads. Us gaming dads, we want to live a balanced life because we are typically the ones that will lead our families to live a balanced life as well. And if our lives are all out of whack and imbalanced, that's going to carry over to our family. And we definitely don't want that. You see, there are different seasons in life. Any dad who's been a dad for a while, you guys realize there's different seasons in life. You look back to the season of your childhood, the season of being in that college career age, that season of dating your spouse, your wife, through that season of having a newborn baby, to a season where that kid's growing up more and more. There's different seasons to life. And in some seasons, you're going to be able to game more. And in some seasons, you are not going to be able to game much at all. And that is okay, my friends. That is okay. Personally, for me, a season where I got to game a lot in life was during the pandemic. It was a crazy time. My wife and I were expecting our first son, and it was just wild. My wife got put on bed rest a few months before the pandemic happened, so she wasn't allowed to really leave the house. She had to stay in bed so many hours a day. And as soon as the doctor took her off bed rest, we had our son. The pandemic happens. It was one of those weird situations where we had a pandemic baby. Our oldest boy was in the hospital during the beginning of the pandemic. That's when we had him. And I remember walking through the halls of the hospital, and it was so eerie. It was kind of nice, but it was eerie as well because I would be walking from one end to the hospital to the next in my face mask, and I would hardly see anyone. There would be like no one at all. It was like silence. And when we had my son, we weren't allowed to have any visitors come into the delivery room, but my parents and my wife's parents, they were right outside the door. Even though they couldn't see in, we could see them. They were right outside that door, ready to meet their first grandson. And then not too long later, we had them all come over our house, and they got to meet him and see him for the first time. But it wasn't the traditional come to the hospital and see him. So that season of my life, I'm a high school teacher. So in California, we were first forced to work at home. So I was working at home, minimal hours a day compared to the regular school day. And there was downtime. We had a newborn baby. And for those of you who have a newborn baby, or if you remember that stage, newborn babies sleep a lot. I remember my wife and I sitting and watching TV late at night, and we had our little boy in the bassinets right behind our couch next to us. And he was just sleeping away. And I just felt like he slept for hours and hours. And I kind of thought as soon as we had a newborn baby, it was just going to be like, go, 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 go. But I didn't understand, especially being a dad, how much newborn babies actually sleep. Now, they don't sleep consistently, but they do sleep. So that allowed for me to have a lot of time to game. And I did. I spent many hours playing Fortnite and some other games, like a lot of people during this time. I mean, that was a season where a lot of streamers really got popular because everyone was at home. Everyone was bored and everyone was looking for something to do. So that was a time when I got to game a lot, a season where I had a lot of time to game a lot. But now that season is over. I'm in a new season. My oldest boy is 5, and with Awanas at church and with cubbies and everything else we're doing, I don't have a whole lot of time to game. It's just, we're busy. And a couple hours from now, we're going to go to baseball, and we're going to have baseball practice, and then play a game. And it's just busy. It's like work to this, to that, but it's a good busy. And I'm thankful for this type of busy. I would not want to give this all up just to be able to come home by myself and game for hours. This is a good time of life. It's a good season, even though it is a busy season. So keep that in mind. Busy seasons can be good seasons. They can be good seasons. So one of the reasons why I started this channel was due to understanding seasons and understanding priorities for gaming dads, because if you think about it, younger kids or younger adults, the 20-year-old guy who can come home and just play a video game for hours upon hours upon hours, I was watching those YouTube videos and those podcasts, and I just didn't really relate. I just felt bad every time I listened to one of those podcasts. I just felt like, man, there's no way I can do every single quest in Destiny 2. There's just no way. There's no way I can do every single season in Diablo 4. I just can't, and I shouldn't. My schedule does not allow that. My priorities and my goals do not allow that. So I thought, man, what if there were a gaming podcast for dads like us, where we have people who come together and we can talk about gaming in a way without having a crazy high expectation of being able to beat a game within like the first 2 days that the game is released. There's games that I still haven't beaten that I've been playing for a while now, for years. One of them is Doom Eternal. I'm still playing that game, and I just feel like it just goes on and on and on because of my limited time. And I still have not beat that game. It's on my to-do list. So every once in a while I'll hop on and I'll just play a good 20 minutes here, a good 30 minutes here, a couple, maybe like every week or so. But going that rate, it seems like it takes forever. So this channel is kind of designed for dads to be able to come, talk in the comments, and not have a expectation placed upon you that you are supposed to be a 20-year-old gamer or an 18-year-old gamer or one of my high school students who comes home and plays for like 6 hours a day. We are not that. We are not doing that. And I wouldn't want that right now in my life. And We're not going to be professional esports players right now in this season of life. We're just not going to. Typically, professional esports athletes put 6 to 12 hours of practice a day, working sometimes 40 to 70 hours per week. And during tournament seasons, or boot camps as they call them, they can put in over 80 hours a week. Now, my friends, with 2 little boys, my wife, who I love, and a full-time job, that's not me. That's not me. So when I'm playing Fortnite or Call of Duty or any MOBA game or Overwatch 2, I'm not going to be the best of the best. And it's not because I'm horrible or just the worst or lousy or lame. It's because I'm in this season where my priorities are not that. My priorities are not a video game. My priorities are my family. It's me being a husband and a dad and working to provide for my family. It's the same priorities that you gaming dads out there have as well. So I'm here to tell you, if you are not doing well at video games, if you just are not good at these multiplayer games, if you are not beating games, that's good. That's good. Good job, Dad. Good job. It means your priorities are in line with this season of life that you are in right now. And it does not mean that you are not a gamer, because you don't have to game every day to be a gamer. Remember that. You don't have to game every day to be a gamer. You can be a gamer and play whenever that time allows. It's our hobby. It's something we do for fun. It's not our value in life. It's not our identity in life. So think about it. Think about life. Think about, what will we value at the end of our life? On our deathbed, when we're old, or whenever we die. We might die young. I don't know. At the end of our life, are we going to be thinking, man, I really wish I would have beaten that game? Are we going to be thinking about all the games that we didn't beat? Are we going to think about all the leveling up that we never did? Probably not. I hope not. We're going to be thinking about all the people that were in our life. We're going to be thinking about the people who are there with us. We're going to be thinking about people, not video games. So I don't game every day, but I do dad every day. That's why I'm not a dad gamer. I'm a gaming dad. I want to leave it with that, because you don't have to game every day to be a gamer. You got that, dads? You got that, gaming dads? So as always, be kind, use your mind, and game on.